It's a lot better. That was the way we wanted to come out. Thought our starters did a great job starting the game out. First half was great. Thought we played a lot more like we're accustomed to playing. That's a good team too. I mean, they look at their last 2 games. I mean, they've been playing their best basketball right now. So, that's one of the teams that's going to finish in the top half of the league would be my guess. So to do that against them, obviously Castleton had quite a game. We would have liked to have done a better job on him. He's a really good player. Obviously, I did think we did a good job taking away their threes for the most part. They hit that late one, kind of on a kick down that we gave up. But in the first half they didn't hit one. So if you're going to double, they do have shooters. They take decent amount of threes. We didn't want to give up a bunch of threes. That's the way to get upset. So our game plan was not to double him when Charles was in there. We probably needed to double a little more when Charles wasn't in there. But, other than our defense on Castleton, I thought our effort tonight was pretty good.
Yeah, too, if I can. Obviously, with the stretch you guys have coming up, this is an important first one to get out of the way. But what do you think was key to having guys locked in from the start in this matchup when it would have been easy to look ahead? And also, I mean, that's, I think, the number 10 defense coming in this game in the country. You guys almost put up 100. What was the key there?
You know what? We weren't happy with our game at LSU. I think guys understood we got to play better. That wasn't who we were, and our point was 2 out of our last 3 games. We haven't played hard enough, well enough. It was our 2 lowest, that game and Oklahoma game were our 2 lowest blue-collar totals. Made a big point emphasis on getting that back up. It was almost 90 tonight. They only had 60, so I thought we played a lot harder. It just, let's get back to being who we are, who we know ourselves to be. And that's us. I thought Jaden Bradley had a great start to the game. Offensively, he's getting downhill, making plays. We shot it well. That always helps. But, we out-rebounded them. I mean, I just think when we're locked in and our efforts there, we're a really good team. And guys understand that nobody was happy with that game at LSU. We just it's good to get a win when you don't play well, but we need to play well. So we came out with the mindset we need to play well. And this is a good team. If if you don't play well, they beat you. So we did play well.
Coach, you seem to really emphasize the small ball lineup today with either Brandon Miller or Dom at the 4 and 1 big. Just what was the effectiveness about that? And then in the second half, when the energy seemed a little low, you put Nick Pringle at that foul spot. How was he able to bring that energy off the bench?
Yeah, they play 4 guards, so we felt like that. We started with the same lineup, and once we moved Clowney to the 5, we pretty much went with Clowney, Charles, or Pringle at the 5, which is why Noah Gurley didn't play tonight. It was nothing that he's doing fine. He's not a guard, and he'd be our 4th center. So we kind of, once we got away from the starting group, in both halves, we pretty much went 4 guards out there and played either Brandon or Dom Welch, like you said, kind of at the 4. We just felt like that was better matchups with what they had on the floor. Defensively, Pringle did give us some quality minutes. I mean, he can obviously play. Charles did well, but Charles got tired, and Colin was doing pretty well. So what did he end up with? Played 12 minutes, ended up with 4 points and 4 rebounds and 2 blocks. Like, I thought he did well for us. He played hard. He's been having good practices, so it was nice to be able to reward him with some minutes tonight.
Coach, that's 3 games in a row now that Quinterly's had 5 assists. Just what's your assessment of how he's facilitated the offense when he's been in the game as of late?
Yeah, he's been playing. He's getting back into his groove. I mean, me and him talked about it. He's looked great in practice, best I've seen him since last year. I thought tonight he was great. I mean, when he shoots the ball like he's been shooting it, he's tough to guard because you can't sag him. You got to get up on him, and then he can get by anybody. If you have to play him like as tight as you have to play him when he's shooting it like this, he can get in the lane. Once he gets in the lane, I think he's one of the best passers, if not the best in the country. So he's finding people. He's getting assists. He's looking to find, guys when he's in the lane. So it's nice to be able to have him. And, him and Jaden Bradley both had 5 assists tonight. Between the 2 of them, their 2 main point guards were 10 assists and only 1 turnover. So really good point guard play. Obviously helps your offense flow smooth, go along with the shooting we had. So, yeah, I was happy for him and Jaden both.
it's been almost 70 years since you guys have started this well in SEC play. Just do you kind of let that soak in, or are you just focused? And then, how special is this unit when you really do allow yourself to do that?
When was the last time we started this well in conference? The Rocket 8. Who was on that team? You guys are supposed to know all this stuff. I don't know either. It was a little before I was born too. Look, who was in? Gary Harper was on that team? All right, good. He's going to be the legend at the tournament? Sure, what was their final record? Did they go undefeated? They were 20-4. Look at that. Steven's first year here. He knows the Rocket 8's final record, 20-4. They didn't?
They're ineligible for playing freshmen. It's a weird time.
Hold on a second. We were 14-0 and didn't play in the NCAA tournament? Yeah, I want to hear. I don't know.
Johnny D came here from Notre Dame. He brought a bunch of freshmen with him that Notre Dame had tried to get. He brought them with him. They played that year. The freshmen played that year. They couldn't play as seniors in the NCAA tournament. That was all rule.
Oh, so they played at Notre Dame as freshmen.
No, they played at Alabama as freshmen. But you played 3 years. So
Oh, so you only got 3 years. So they were seniors. Look at you. No, he kind of knew. It was impressive. You kind of knew a little bit. So I mean, it's great. They've had a lot of really good teams here. I don't even know who was in the SEC back in 55, 56, but it's a good league now. Look, we're just trying to play good basketball. I think we're played pretty well tonight. We've got a really tough 2-game stretch in front of us. So it's nice to make some history around here. So if we get to 14-0, that'd be great. I guess that's the next mark, but that's not going to be easy with these next 2 road games.
Just want to quickly ask you about Noah Clowney, if you have an update on him when he left the game.
Yeah, no concussion. It's just a facial injury. So Dr. Bender checked him out. He's they're looking at. We're assuming he's going to be good to go Saturday, but they told me it's a facial injury. So.
Mark Sears has another really big night. Just talk to me a little bit about just his shooting and how you've been able to kind of rely on him, especially with so many guards kind of coming through.
Yeah, he went through a little bit of a slump there. It looks like he's back. 4 or 6, pretty good shooting. So, he's been aggressive. We need him. Him and Brandon have been our 2 leading scorers all year. I mean, he makes our offense go, and he's able to play some points on too. I think it's great when JQ and Jaden Bradley are playing as well as they are. Sears gets better shots. Brandon gets better shots. Sears can also attack the rim. He's, aggressive. Gets fouled frequently because he's, tough, physical, downhill guard. But when he's making shots like he is, he's tough to guard. So it's good to see him. I mean, shoot, Brandon was 4 of 8. He was 4 of 6. Cornerly was 3 of 5. So we had some guys shoot it pretty well tonight. Delaney Hurd, 1 of 1, 100%, led the team tonight. So we had some guys shooting it tonight.
Hey, Nate, I know we'll talk to you on Friday, but get a little more into it. But just initial thoughts on heading down to Auburn Saturday, what Bruce has done with that team, and how excited you guys are to play in that rivalry game.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a top 25 game. I mean, he's done an unbelievable job. Year before I got here, he was in the Final Four. Last year's team was unbelievable. This year's team, he's competing with everybody. They're one of the best teams in this league, and he lost a lot from last year. They'll 100% be ready for us. We all know that. They've got a 24-hour head start on us. So I'm going to cut this thing short here and get to studying some Auburn film because we got some catch-up work to do here. So, yeah, we'll talk to you. Look, I've seen them play enough. I haven't went in depth and studied them. I've seen them play other teams that we've been scouting. But one thing I know for sure is they're going to play as hard as we've seen a team play all year down at their place. And that crowd's going to be really into it. They've got an unbelievable atmosphere to play games in. And they've got a good team that's going to play really hard, that's really well coached. So it's going to be a tough road game for us. Thanks.